2020, on the eve of the 20-year anniversary of the Earth Summit in 1992. I'm speaking to you from the village of Skidegate on the island archipelago of Haida Gwaii. What has happened in 20 years? Last week, in the scientific journal Nature, scientists told us that we may be forcing a state shift of our planet's biosphere. We are putting such pressure on the Earth's atmosphere, waters and soils that we may be pushing the natural balance to a tipping point, like what our planet saw 12,000 years ago with the end of the last ice age. But this time, the transition will be human-caused and will be orders of magnitude faster than the 1,000-year shift between stable states last time. The scientists suggest that this transition phase and the new state will not be comfortable for human beings. 20 years after Rio, we have not even come close to achieving the sustainable society that we knew we needed then. In 20 years, I have changed. After the Rio Earth Summit in 1992, I began high school. I played basketball. I enjoyed science. At the same time, I participated in more world conferences, at the UN's Rio +5, at prep comps for Rio +10, and as a youth advocate for intergenerational justice. I had the privilege of sitting on the Earth Charter Commission, and I'm very proud of the Earth Charter, a document that is slowly gaining support around the world as a code of values for our conduct towards our planet. I was at Kyoto in 1997, Johannesburg in 2000. However, over the years, with each conference, I sensed that sustainability was an issue losing traction. At the 10-year anniversary of Rio at the Johannesburg Earth Summit, they called it Rio -10. I realized that the top-level politicians were not going to change the world for us. I realized that if we wanted to make change, we have to find solutions and then go out and make them happen ourselves. I decided to focus on change on the ground in my own home and with other communities and networks I could talk to and work with, feel and see. I focused on citizen engagement. But 20 years later, citizen engagement hasn't been enough to filter, to change those in power. Today, I am ashamed of the environmental trend of the government of Canada. 20 years ago, I was proud to share nationality with the likes of Maurice Strong, who was the Secretary General of the conference, and other leaders in the global sustainability movement. We have been steadily embracing that leadership. With a majority conservative government in power, to start agenda to expand the Alberta tar fields, which is the largest construction site on Earth, to gut conservation legislation, to devalue science, and now to discredit environmental nonprofits in Canada. It came as no surprise last year that Canada finally left the Conference of the Parties, even though it was one of the first countries to sign the Kyoto Protocol in 1998. I believe that this movement to the right in Canada reflects what has been happening at large since the Earth Summit in 1992. Though our ecosystems continue to decline in a field and terrifying to any biologist, the growth of the economy remains foremost for politicians and institutions clinging to power. And the collusion between government and corporations that we have seen in the last 20 years is enough to make anyone loyal to democracy lose faith. It is no wonder so many in my generation are so cynical. Concerned citizens and activists engage and speak up on local issues and organize and volunteer our time in good faith that our voices matter. But it has become clear to me that the current global meta strategy is to turn everything from nature into profit at a blistering pace and on a scale and budget that dwarfs its opposition. 20 years on since Rio, We need nothing short of a massive paradigm shift to a strategic way of living that will carry the human race forward into a future with dignity. Today, it is 2012. I'm a veteran environmentalist at age 32. I've committed the last 20 years of my life to trying to influence societal transformation to a way of life that promotes intergenerational justice. I've done a lot of things in those 20 years, but 5 minutes speaking at the UN in 1992 remains the most powerful action I've ever taken. It has certainly defined my life. Since then, I've received letters from people around the world so moved by that child speaking truth to power. Years later, the internet was invented, and the video of the speech somehow found its way onto YouTube and has gone around the world. Why? Why are we still talking and showing that video 20 years on? Why? Because of the most powerful tool belonging to the human race. The power of intergenerational love. As we look back on our progress since 1992, it would be easy to be discouraged. But today I am a parent, and I can't afford to be discouraged. I have 2 little boys, and I will do everything I can to ensure that they have a great life. 20 years on, I come back to the argument I made as a 12-year-old with my presence at the summit. The strongest moral imperative to act and to change is our children. It is because of children that we will bring back the connection between cause and effect, between our choices and the global situation, between privilege and responsibility. In identifying our moral imperative lies our hope. Our hope is love. Love for our children. As a scientist, aware of the hard facts, I believe this is the most powerful opportunity we have for positive change. So my thought to you in reflecting 20 years since Rio is this. In 2012, to preserve the stable ecosystem that has allowed humans to thrive, we need nothing short of a paradigm shift. To transform our society, we must somehow find a way to leverage the love we have as parents for our children. Each of us, in all our capacities, whether you are a doctor, student, artist, mother, father, politician, we must make the connection between our political and economic systems and our kin. If we do this, as someone who knows this love, I have to believe we will walk across fire, we will swim across oceans, and unite for intergenerational justice. If you're motivated by our children, I believe we will make our actions reflect our words. Thank you very much.